Hello, what about ye? You're very welcome. Hit the wee follow button wherever it may be on the screen. Now, after 2-year hiatus, politics, or what passes for politics in this part of the world, has returned. And that means this satirist slash shit stirrer, depending on your outlook, is back in business. And I didn't have to wait long for the material to start presenting itself. Our MLAs had only taken their seats when an incandescent wee Jim Allister took to his feet to denounce the old enemy. No, not the Shinners, the DUP. And Jim didn't miss the mark, describing our new Deputy First Minister, Emma Little Pengelly, as...
Now comes the consummation of the Donaldson deal with the DUP enthroning a Sinn Fein First Minister, with the unelected bridesmaid as deputy.
Hooch! Ooh, I was brittle. But Jim wasn't finished. He next turned his anger on the new Speaker, Edwin Poots, describing him as...
So that, for Mr. Poots, is seismic. Wow. To everyone else, it's closer to infinitesimal. So, from Mr. Seismic to Mr. Speaker, oh, the irresistible lure of office for those whose principles are expendable. For Mr. Poots, the speakership is the fruit of the poison tree, and no good can come of it.
Ooh. Now, this jibe refers to a comment Poots made last year that the UK government would have to come up with something seismic before about the protocol before the DP would even consider going back into the Assembly. But the drama didn't end there, because the next morning, in a radio interview, the new Speaker, Edwin, he responded to Allister, saying this.
Well, I couldn't respond to Mr. Allister, and he certainly would have had his clock cleaned if I could have.
Clean his clock? He's going to clean his clock? Who'd have believed the Speaker of the Assembly would speak like that? Not me. I wasn't that surprised, because I know that Big Edwin has form. This was Edwin during a heated debate away back in the 90s.
You can shut up now, or not!
Well, wee Jim was shocked to tell you, at the idea that the Speaker would suggest about cleaning his clock. Now, Edwin responded saying that Jim was just being a wuss, saying he was being too sensitive. This all led to the showdown when they faced each other across the Assembly chamber. It was like a spaghetti western.
Mr. Speaker, I want to raise a matter of far less significance than the issue we've just been discussing, but I think it is appropriate that I raise it. Given the dignity and expectations of your office, how was it compatible for you to publicly vent your desire to clean my clock, which has the colloquial and indisputable meaning of indulging in physical violence? How is that compatible with the dignity of your office?
First of all, in reference to that, I think the member's being a little sensitive. We were in a debating chamber, and the reference was in the import of the debating chamber. So, Mr. Allister, had I had the opportunity to put you right, I would have put you right on that occasion, but I didn't have the opportunity to do that. No other connotation should be taken from it. That would be entirely disingenuous or misleading.
Well, that's all sorted out. While all this was going on, the SDLP were still trying to find their Newry and Armagh MLA, Justin McNulty. Now, Justin, on the very first day of the Assembly, Justin did a brilliant impersonation of Annika Rice from the Treasure Hunt, right? Because he dashed from the Assembly onto a waiting helicopter, which whisked him to Wexford, where his Laois team were playing in a Division 4 match. Now, problem was Justin hadn't asked for a note to leave school. He hadn't got his note. But focusing on the positive now, Justin's team did win by 10 points, so all was not lost. Having suspended Justin, the SDLP leadership continued to dither about what to do next, terrified of alienating GEA supporters who will argue that Justin's actions were positive, as it showed dedication to his team. So watch this space. My bet is he gets back in. That's my bet. He'll get back in. Sinn Fein had appeared to rise above the collective madness. Well, that was until they hosted a solidarity night for Palestine in the Europa Hotel. Things were going swimmingly. There was a lot of clapping and backslapping until some pesky, uninvited Palestinians broke into the meeting and started protesting. Oh, this threw the meeting into all sorts of confusion. Some people saw the Palestinian flag. That's great, son. Only be told by their part, they're not ours. They're not. Boo! Boo! Oh! Now, the protest was about the decision by Sinn Fein to attend this year's St. Patrick's Day event in the White House hosted by Joe Biden. Now, the protesters argue this was rank hypocrisy on the part of Sinn Fein, considering Joe Biden's continuing support for the Israeli invasion of Gaza. Now, this is how it actually played out.
To be killed.
I love Ireland. I love Irish people so much. I love Irish people so much.
Listen
I am
to
from
Palestinians.
Gaza. I love Irish people so much.
Boycott the White House. Boycott the White House on St. Patrick's Day. Boycott.
This has to be the only place in the world where you could have a pro-Palestinian event be invaded by Palestinians who are then promptly chucked out. Brilliant, isn't it? Where would you get it? In other news, someone has managed to build a time machine in Northern Ireland, and they have transported someone from the 1890s to today. And this person has taken to Twitter, and their first comment was to attack SDLP MLA Cara on her dress sense. According to this misogynistic dick, Cara was just showing too much flesh. It's a disgrace what the women are doing these days, running about, showing their arms, their naked arms. Should they be wearing orange sweaters and scarves? Put orange sweaters and scarves on them, that's what I say. Oh, no, I blurred out this idiot's name, not because of any concern for him, but because I'm pretty sure he would love the attention, which I am not going to give him. And as for Cara, she didn't need my or anybody other man's help to put this dickhead down, because she hit back immediately that she had a constitutional right to bear arms. Well done, that woman. Well played. That was well played. That was credit where credit's due. That's well played.